everyone, my name is Celeste. Welcome and thank you so much for being here. Today's class is going to be focused on strengthening our shoulders. Now, before we begin, I would like to briefly explain why we're doing what we're doing. So if you don't fancy listening to me chatting about nerves, then please feel free to skip me all the way up to this minute and go ahead and start with the class. So it turns out that through our body, we have all this entire system of nerves that feed our muscles, and it allows our muscles to move around, to contract, relax, etc. Now, particularly today, we're going to be doing a little bit, not that much, but we're going to be flossing nerves for the arms because we are going to be working on strengthening our shoulders. Now, you might be wondering, why is this important, or why would this be helpful for strength? So let's think of it this way. As you can see on this picture, the nerves are running all the way between our shoulders, from the neck between our shoulder, elbow, wrists, fingers. But on the way, they're in between muscles and tendons and bones and structures. And it can happen that at some point, for several reasons, they might get a little bit entrapped. So to have this clear in our mind, imagine a hose. I hope I'm pronouncing that properly, but you know, the thing you use to water the plants. If the water is flowing and I step on it, the flow of water would either stop, depending on how much pressure I am applying, or it would start to go a little bit weaker. So the same happens with the nerves. If I collapse, if the nerves are entrapped, the signals that run through those nerves are going to be a little bit more weak. And so if the signals don't flow smoothly, some inconveniences might start happening, such as perhaps we feel numbness on the arm or on the fingers, or some sort of discomfort, or we might even lose strength, for example. So this is why I am bringing a little bit of nerve flossing into a strengthening class for us to take this into consideration and see if perhaps this can help us get a little bit stronger and more comfortable on our shoulders. First things first, safety. Nerves do not really like stretching. They're not very stretchy friendly. So if we would have to scale the sensation from 1 to 10, I would ask you today that we would stay between a 1 and 3 ratio. Again, because if we go too far, then we might do the opposite of what we actually want to accomplish. All right, without talking any longer, let's get to the class. So in today's class, I am going to be using a resistance band like so, the big loop ones. But if you do not own one, please do not worry because it doesn't really change anything. It's just to add a little bit more spice into the shoulders. But again, if you don't have one, don't worry. Just bring any props that you usually use into your class, perhaps blocks if you need. And we are going to start in a comfortable seated position. So I invite you to make your way there. I am going to be sitting up on a block. You choose your way. Cross-legged, can be kneeling, can be on a bolster. Just really make it comfy. And once you are there, I invite you to close your eyes and take a big inhale through the nose. And as you inhale, grow tall. Imagine an apple hovering over your head and you needed to push it all the way up to the sky. And on an exhale, blow the air out. And we take these first few moments to arrive into our practice, into our space. Perceive the sensations in your body. Make a little scan. How are you feeling? How's your energy feeling today? How's your body feeling? And perceive any qualities, if you feel light, if you feel perhaps a little bit heavy. And use your breath as an opportunity to release and melt down any tension. And I am going to be reading a little poem today to introduce the theme of the class, the theme of the month really. And the poem is called Life is Patience, written by Julie Hebert. And it reads, to live how we want and to do what we please can sometimes be tough and not done with great ease. Life works in many ways, some good and some bad. Some stop us in our track and make us feel a little bit mad. We can't all get what we want right away, and waiting is needed to show us the way. So learn the lesson now that some never learn. Waiting patiently will allow you your turn. And I want you to see how that resonates with you. I wanted to bring this theme for this month because we are going to be doing some challenging classes. We're going to be challenging our strength and mobility. And it might happen that at first we feel a bit frustrated and we think that it's not for us, that we can't. But really we just need to cultivate patience, knowing that everything is learned and built little by little, step by step. And learning is not linear, so it might happen that today we're super strong and we rock it, and maybe tomorrow we can't really do the same that we did today, and it's all good, and it's all part of the process. So I invite you to take for today's class this idea of being patient with yourself, with your body. So let's take a big releasing breath, inhaling through the nose, sighing it out. One more time, inhale, sigh it out. Now place your palms together and start rubbing your palms. Go to town with the rubbing. Really explore all the hand, the back, the sides, in between the fingers. And perhaps go a little bit harder on the rubbing so you can create a little bit of heat in between the palms. And once you feel the warmth, place your hands over your eyes, creating little capes. And open the eyes in the darkness and gently release the hands away of your face. Nice. Okay, we continue with the rubbing. Now we go up to the wrists. Remember, sensory before motor. Amazing idea to wake up the brain and tell the brain like, yo, we're gonna be working today these areas. So let's go up to your shoulder. Really, really thorough. You can, as usual, you can choose the speed and the intensity with which you rub your skin. I am going a little bit thorough because I know that my body likes this way, but if you like it more gentle, then go for it. Now we rub the face, the cheeks, under the nose, the lips, the forehead, and maybe comb your hair towards the crown of the head. Awesome. Now place your hands on your chest and rub side to side, the collarbone, and where the shoulder meets the chest as well. Nice, and then the neck. Perhaps place your hands behind your neck and rub side to side. Nice, and stroke down. And then chin up and slide the hand down your throat, up to your collarbone. Awesome, now place your hands on your ribs. Give me a big rib rub. And belly, lower belly, the sides of the ribs. Remember to keep breathing in and out through your nose in a comfortable way and soft. Now make little fists and rub the low back and curve the back so you can go a little bit higher up, rubbing with a rubbing. Awesome, down your legs. And then we're gonna go to the feet. Nice, maybe change the cross and go to the other foot. We're doing this a little bit more fast-paced today than usual, but because we're gonna be working a little bit more, a little bit faster today. The ankles. Yes, give me a rubbing. Feet. Between the toes. Maybe lengthen your legs forward slightly to go to your hamstrings and calves, sides. Amazing. Come back to a cross-legged position. Now take your right arm out to the side and bring the left arm behind you so the palm of your hand is grabbing your head. And by now I already want you to press your elbow, your left elbow, back towards the back of the room. And I want you to grow tall, 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 but not arch through the spine. Don't collapse on the spine. Really grow tall, up. Imagine this idea of growing tall. Keep the image of the apple hovering over your head, trying to push it up. And as you grow up, the elbow opens to the back. And so we're gonna inhale and open, shine the chest forward. And exhale and cross the left elbow towards the right knee. And then inhale and open, and this time we're gonna turn the eyes towards the left as well and rotate slightly. And then come back towards the knee and go. Inhale, exhale, round, inhale. Give me a bit of a fast pace if you can. And open, open, one more. And come back to center, and we change the arm. So left goes out and right goes behind the head. Now this hand is not taking the head forward, rather it's just a support to give a little bit of counter tension there. So remember, first grow tall, open through this shoulder, take the elbow back. Inhale and open slightly, rotate and exhale, take right elbow to left knee. Inhale, open, and as we rotate, we take the eyes towards the right, as if you were trying to look at the right elbow. And then exhale, down, and open, and down, and down. Inhale, up, down, up, down. One more time. Down, and we come back to center. Now bring your elbows hugging your body. And bring your hands, palms facing each other. Make little fists. No, actually we're gonna do stars. So we're gonna do stars with our fingers. And as we start, try not to move the elbows or the shoulders. We're gonna try to circle the wrists as we start the fingers. Little bit of coordination for the cerebellum to wake up. And then we reverse the circle. So remember, try to make circles with the wrists as you start the fingers. And then one more time, reverse. Whoosh. Nice, relax, give me a shake. Now take the arms forwards. And now make fists and give me the biggest wrist circles you've got in you. Big and expressive. And you can either stay here or you can start taking your arms up. So we're gonna do shoulder circles and really control them, big and expressive. And pay attention, I'm gonna go to the side to show you. What happens is usually when we go up, we tend to flare the ribs forward because of a little bit maybe lack of mobility on the shoulders. So I want you to, when you go back, to imagine you're doing a cat, like a cat and cow. You do a cat, pressing the ribs back, but not arching the spine, just pressing, doing a bit of a counter so we don't let the ribs flare. Continue. Woo. And one more to the back. And then once we get to the front, we reverse the wrist circle as we reverse the shoulder circles too. If you're still doing your wrist circles without moving the shoulder, own it, you've got it. Make them expressive. Remember to try to not flare the ribs. Nice, team, well done, relax. Grab a little bit the forearms. If you were sat on a block, release the block, come to sit at the length of the mat. Now bring the right knee forwards, up, and then keep the left leg out long, but engage, okay? Keep the leg engaged. Now take the right hand behind you, the fingers are facing back. Fingers are facing back. And then we take this left arm forwards in a 90 degree and we open to the side. Now, I would like you to do as a counter movement. So the chest is gonna go forward and open through the shoulder and the arm is gonna go back. So it's gonna stretch a bit the shoulder joint. And from there, we extend through the wrist, so we take the fingers back, and you might feel there slightly tingling sensation in these three fingers, thumb, index, and middle. And if you do feel there, please, I would like you to stop. But if you're like, nah, Cele, I don't feel this, then take the arm back more, really lengthen and strengthen the fingers until the head away from the shoulder. Now from there, wherever you are, I want you to flex and extend through the wrist. This tingling sensation that we're feeling is a nerve. It's not the muscles. Well, and the muscles too, but you know, on the fingers. Nice, well done. Come back to center. Release, shake the arm, and then change the legs. Place the left arm behind with the fingers facing back. I'm gonna have to do it like this because the wall doesn't let me. Really grow tall, don't collapse into the spine like so. Grow really tall, the knee is up, the right foot in the right leg is engaged, and we take the right arm forward. Open to the side, still can't. Open to the side as much as you can. And flex, extend through the wrist. Sorry, take the fingers back. And if you feel a little bit of a tingling sensation, perfect. If not, try to really imagine you're pressing through the heel of the hand towards the right wall. And if you still don't feel it, then take the arm back slightly more and then tilt the head away and give me some wrist flexion and extension. Yay! Well done. Remember to keep breathing. And if you feel like this, like, oh no, it hurts or whatever, back off, back off. Don't go that far. Bring the head again. Nice. Well done, team. Relax. Now take your hands, walk your hands back. The fingers are facing the back of the room. Place both your feet are standing, knees are up. Now really strong and lift the hips a little bit off the mat and take your hips closer to your feet. Now you're gonna feel already the shoulders are opening a little bit more. I would like you to round them, really rotate them externally towards the outside and shine the chest forwards. And then round the spine and roll the shoulders inwards and take the head down and really round the spine, drop the head. And then inhale and roll the shoulders back as we lift the chest forward. Really please own your body and do it as much and as deep as you want. Don't take this to the extreme, and then round forward and roll the shoulders forward too. Inhale to open through the chest and the shoulders, and exhale to round and drop the head. Inhale up, walk your hands back, accommodate your body as you want, and then we're gonna come into a tabletop. Wrists under the shoulders, knees under your hips. Lengthen through the spine, really long, engage those deep neck flexors. And then drop the shoulders together and push away. So some scapula push-ups. Drop together, push away. Give me a bit of a fast pace here. Nice. Now, tuck under your toes. And we're gonna do scapula circles. So we drop the shoulders, take them back, and we open. Circle through the scapula and then forwards, so reverse the circle. Now if you want a little bit of challenge, tuck under your toes and hover your knees off the mat 2 inches and give me some scapula circles. Back and forth. Woo! And then we lift the hips up and back for a downward facing dog. Well done, team, you're doing so good. Now I'll give you a little bit of time to wiggle through your down dog. Just do any movements that you fancy here. Perhaps a little pedal, a nod of the head, saying yes and no. Awesome. Now, bring the feet wide as the mat and give me some shoulder shrugs as here too, like I don't care, and then push the shoulders towards your ears, push the floor away, and then drop down, and then push. Nice. Amazing. Now, take your weight more towards your feet, and you can bring your feet closer to your hands, slightly, just a median. And then lift the left hand off the mat and bring the back of your palm to rest on your low back. And from here, with the right arm, give me some scapula circles. Whoosh. Yes, baby, we've got this. And then reverse the circle. Amazing. Nice. Now, take this left arm and give me a big shoulder circle. Keep the eyes fixed on the mat. And now trace the eyes and the head as the circle goes, looking at your hand. Yes, well done. Now, if you want a little bit of challenge, you leave this left arm hovering wherever you can on your back or here, maybe just if you have it close to the floor so you can catch yourself. Keep pushing through this right arm and lift the right leg off the mat and give me some circles. Just 2 or 3 and 2 or 3 towards the front. Release, now drop it down to the knees. Release through those shoulders. Mamadera. Give a kiss to your shoulders. Say thank you. I love your shoulder. Let's go to the other side. Little wiggle. Oof. And come. Downward facing dog. Open those legs wide as the mat. Now this time we're gonna take the weight towards the left hand. We're gonna bring the right back of the hand over your hips, or you can really put this hand wherever you fancy. And give me some shoulder circles and scapula circles with your left arm. Forwards and back. Nice. And then push the floor away with the left hand and take this right arm, a big circle, first with the eyes on the mat. And then we trace the hand and look at the hand all the way. And one more, looking at the hand. Amazing. Now keep this hand hovering wherever you feel more safe. If you want a little challenge, we lift the left leg this time and give me 2 or 3 circles. Embrace the walls and place your hand on the mat. Come to a normal downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the heels off the mat. Exhale, deep bend on the knees and slowly step your feet towards the front of the mat. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale as we fall, drop the head, release the hands, bend the knees. Ooh, that was very intense already, team. You are doing so good. Remember, be patient and go as far as you want. If you feel like it's too much, you can always do less amount, less intensity. Drop your knees, really adapt your practice to your body and your needs today. All right, on an inhale, halfway lift. Really strong through the back body, engage those glutes as we come up to standing. All right, team, if you have the resistance band, bring it to you now, close. Leave it here at the top of the mat. There you go, so you can grab it when we need it. Now inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, as we drop the torso halfway, take the weight towards your right leg and lengthen your left leg out long for a warrior 3. Really try to engage these glutes. Point the toes, really point the toes back. Imagine an elastic band from your toes all the way up to the head, and you need to push it back. Nice, now take the arms forward, out long, and give me a big shoulder circle with your arms, and then bend the right leg and step it back for a high lunge. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale as we drop the left knee down and tuck the toes for a little low lunge. Nice, get your resistance band. Remember, if you don't have it, do the same movement without the band. I'm gonna do it facing you so you can see what we're doing. Grab the resistance band like so. Place your hand inside so it's on the outside of your pinky. And then take the resistance band behind you. And we are gonna cross the right arm. Ooh, I have the mic there, sorry. Well, but cross it over your shoulder like so. I'm gonna cross it like this. And then take this left arm forward and give me some figure of 8s, like a horizontal figure 8, more like an infinite. Let's go, you've got this. Go, and you can make them super big. And then let's do teeny, teeny, tiny ones. And then reverse the figure 8. Try to keep the rest of your torso nice and tall. And then little, little ones. Nice, and now we're gonna do 8. Up and down, big ones. Really go to town with this figure 8. And then tiny, tiny little ones. And then reverse the 8. Amazing. I'm gonna come back. to the length of my mat. Teeny, teeny, tiny ones. Yes, well done, team. No, let's go back here. So take both your arms forward, and I want you to inhale and grow super tall on the spine. And as we exhale, we rotate towards the right in a diagonal. Really don't go too deep on the twist. And then from here, give me some scapula circles. Whoosh. Backwards. Probably the left arm is super tired. And forwards. Reverse again. Back. Whoosh, whoosh, and forwards. Yes, you've got it, team. Come back to center. Release the band. Leave the band here over your knee. Now, we're gonna do a bit of a flossing here as well. If your knee is feeling tired, you can either sit down or just fold the mat and give a little bit of padding. So rest the left arm long next to you. Cross the thumb over your palm like so, and then hug your thumb with the rest of the fingers. Now from the inside of your wrist, I would like you to imagine that you're pressing forward. So the wrist presses forward and the hand goes back. And from there, without losing this engagement, if you feel too tense, remember you control your own intensity. But from there, from the shoulder joint, I would like you to internally rotate. So rotate towards the inside. Keep the wrist pushing forward. And then open to the side. And as soon as you feel some sensation, you stop. But if you're like, nah, Cele, I don't feel anything, drop your shoulder down. And then tilt the head away. And from here, give me up and down with the shoulder. Up and down. Sensation might be somewhere on the forearm, even here as well, on the upper arm, on the wrists. Nice. And relax. Give me a shake. Perfect. Grab the resistance band once more, the same way we did before. Now this time, we are gonna press, the palms are facing back. We're gonna press the resistance band against our belly and against the back. A little bit of tension, not too much, because if it's too much, you're gonna see what's coming, it's gonna be too intense. So tuck under your back toes. And you're gonna give me, as we press back, little circles with the hand forward. And as we do the circles, we very slowly, we're gonna come up with the back leg. We go up, 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 all the way to strengthen the front leg. And give me a little balance here, going to the heel of the front leg. Continue with the circles. Woo! And then continue as we go down. Amazing. Now reverse the circle to the back. And one more time, slowly go up, up, up to straighten both legs. Come to the heel of the front leg. Keep with the circles. And slowly, slowly down. Ooh, team, amazing. Leave the resistance band in front. See you in a bit. Wrap those shoulders, maybe a little kiss. Now place the left hand in front next to your right foot. Lift the back knee off the mat and inhale, sweep the right arm up. And from here, look at your hand and follow with your head and your eyes, your hand back. And we're gonna do a big circle, but I would like you to use your spine as well and go all the way back. Make a big expressive circle. Down. One more. Nice, amazing. Frame the front foot. Really strong through the arms and step back to a plank. Big inhale here. Exhale, release. Now we're gonna go from here to low plank. One elbow first, then the second, and then up, and down, and up. And now we start with the other arm. Elbow down, and up, and down, and up. Inhale here, and vinyasa team, either chaturanga or down to the knees. Inhaling, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, let's first go into a child's pose for a breathe. Big inhale and exhale, siding it out. One more inhale, and side it out. Nice, strong through the arms, and lift your hips up for a downward facing dog. Amazing, you are doing so good. Now inhale, lift the heels up. Exhale, deep bend on the knees. Look towards the front of the mat and we're gonna tiptoe very slowly, moonwalking to the front of the mat. Really press those knees against the chest, step by step. And once we reach, we get to relax. Let everything hang heavy, drop your jaw, drop your head, give me a nod saying no, a nod saying yes. And then inhale, halfway lift, really strong through those glutes. Imagine you had a heavy weight in your back and whoosh, we come up to standing. Wow, give me a bit of a bounce on the knees, on the heels, but on the knees as well. Nice team. Come to standing. Place one hand on your chest and one on your belly. Give me a big releasing breath. Inhale. Exhale, side it out. And it's time to go to the other side. So let's go. Remember, resistance band close to you. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, we fold the torso halfway, and this time we take the weight towards the left and lift the right leg back for a warrior three. Check that your hips are not open, rather facing the floor. Big inhale and exhale. Take the arms forward and give me a big shoulder circle. Nice, bend the left knee and step it back to a high lunge. Inhale here. Exhale as we drop the knee and untuck the toes. I'm gonna go forwards again. So we do this together. You can see me. Nice. Again, resistance band. Grab it like so. Wrap it behind you. And this time we are gonna cross the left hand over the chest and take the right arm forward and give me some infinite. Let's go. Keep breathing softly. Give me tiny, tiny little infinite. And then we reverse the infinite. Now this is all good for everything. Stability, cerebellum, vestibular. We're working it all here. And then tiny, tiny little bits. Yes, and now we go up and down, big eights. You've got this. You've got this. You've got these. And then tiny, tiny little eights. And then we reverse. Big, big, big. And then teeny, teeny, tiny ones. Nice, well done. Now take both arms forward. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, rotate slightly towards the left to the diagonal. And from here, give me some scapular circles. Right arm on fire. I know it. We've got it. We're all in this together. And forwards. Keep breathing. And back. Nice. Come back to center. Release the resistance band. Ooh. Convenient here. Hope it's still on. Leave the resistance band. Release those hands and give me a little bit of a shake. Maybe a rubbing of the right one. Shoulder, you're doing awesome. Now, let's do the little flossing. So, rest your hand next to you. Cross your thumb across the palm. Hug the thumb with your other four fingers. Imagine that your wrist was pressing through the inside and the hand was going back. If this is too rough, do this very, very, very softly up to the point that you start feeling something, and then you stop there. And then from there, the shoulder rotates inwards. Keep the wrist out and then take the arm out. And as soon as you start feeling a sensation, we stop there. If you're like, "Nah, Celeste, I can still do more," then drop your shoulder down and tilt the head away. And from there, we do some shoulders up and down. Nice. Be gentle. Remember, keeping these on a 3 out of 10, 2 out of 10, or 1 if you feel like. Nice. And release. Give me a shake. Whoosh. If you feel like after this, you keep on feeling strange, the arm or something like that, is because you went too far. So you know for the next time that it has to be even less than you were thinking. All right, now wrap the resistance band around your hands again, and this time we press it against the belly. I'm gonna do this to the side. Tuck under your back toes and give me little circles towards the front. And as we keep all the time circle towards the front at first, and we start lifting the back knee, straighten both knees, and then come into the heel of the front knee, of the front leg, and then we go down to low lunge, slowly, and then reverse the circle back and straighten the knees very slowly. Come on, you've got it. Come up to the heel and then continue all the way down. Wow, awesome. Release. See you later, band. I don't need you anymore. Now place the right hand next to the left foot, tuck under your back toes, and lift the back knee off the mat as you inhale and sweep the left arm up. Look at the hand. And give me a big circle. Continue, trace the hand with your head all the way back. Big, big circle. Now, it's not a plain circle, but rather a big three-dimensional circle. And down, and open, express. Use your spine. And last one. You've got it. Woo, well done. Frame the front foot and step it back for a plank. Strong to this plank. Lengthen, really lengthen. Open your feet wider, more or less, a little bit less than the mat. And then with the left, take the weight towards the right, and clap your shoulder with the left and open to side plank and come back to plank. And then the right, tap the shoulder, open to side plank and back, tap the shoulder. Whoosh, come on, you've got this. Last little push, team. And left and back. Yes. Come on, two more each side. And last one on each side. You've got this. And we come back to plank. Vinyasa your way, either chaturanga or down to the knees. Inhaling, upward facing dog or cobra. And drop the knees and exhale back for a child's pose. Ooh, a little breather. Now it's time to chill, so let's start to lengthen the breath and soften. You can drop your elbows down for a little breather here. Now look towards the front of the mat. Tuck under your back toes and step it up for a down dog. Now bring the right leg between the hands and we open towards the left for a goddess. Nice, go as deep as you fancy, really be comfortable in your goddess. Take your hands over your knees. We're gonna drop the left shoulder down and continue the circle, and then we drop the right up and then left and down and right. One more towards the right and come back to goddess, really low, and then we reverse. Right shoulder drops first and then continue semicircle down, and then the left shoulder opens up, down with the right, up with the left. One last one and up. Nice, inhale, sweep the arms up, strong to those glutes. Exhale, feet parallel to the outside of the mat and drop your head for forward fold. Maybe wiggle your hips side to side towards one leg and the other. And then heel toe your feet closer together. Open them towards the diagonal. And then we drop the hips down for a malasana. Nice, remember, if your heels are off the mat, it's all good. If you fancy sitting up on a block, then please go for it. Adapt the practice to your own body. Nice, now we come to find stillness. Take the right arm in front and diagonal and inhale as we open through the left, open through the chest and the shoulder. Big inhale and exhale, hands to prayer, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, and then we take the left out to the diagonal and inhale, sweep the right arm up, look towards the right fingertips. And as you exhale, hands to prayer, lengthen up, release the elbows of your legs, and then walk your hands forwards. And really round through the spine, drop the head, really, really round, like a little ball. Release the hands. Nice, come up. And then take your knees, take yourself to be laying on your belly. I'm gonna move my props a little bit. Nice. Make your way to be resting on your belly. Use the back of your hands to make a little pillow for your forehead. Wiggle your hips side to side. Now take the left arm in a cactus shape next to you. Drop the left side of your face on the mat. And without moving the arm, try to roll your torso over the left shoulder, open through that left shoulder, and take your right leg either behind you, if that's available to you, or over the left, or really wherever you feel comfortable. You can even bend the left leg. And breathe. Remember to start lengthening through your breath. And then we roll forwards. And then take the right arm in the cactus. Take the right side of your face over the mat and roll over the right shoulder. And wiggle your arm backwards if you need a little bit more to feel the stretch on the shoulder. Amazing. You did so good. Well done. And then roll yourself forward towards your belly. Now place your hands, your fingertips out in the diagonals, not too far away from you. Elbows are up towards the ceiling. Drop the forehead down. The feet can be wide as the mat. Really engage the glutes, really engage as we inhale and wave the spine to a cobra. And as we exhale, wave down. Two more like this. Inhale up and exhale down. Last time, inhale up and exhale down. And bring you to your belly. Use the hands as pillows. Give me a little wiggle of the hips. And then we tuck under the toes. Hands under the shoulders. Push it back for a sort of child's pose. And then wiggle your legs forward. And make your way to a very well-deserved Shavasana, everyone. Make your way there. Make it the most comfortable Shavasana you've ever taken in your life. You can rest your palms either on your belly or you can rest them beside you. Lengthen through the legs and relax. Take a big inhale through the nose. Exhale, blow it out through your mouth. Inhale one more time. And this time we side it out. And of course, if you have the time and you wish to, you can stay in your Shavasana for as long as you want. But if you're ready to move out of your practice, maybe wiggle on fingers and toes, perhaps circling the wrists and ankles. Big inhale and stretch your arms out and your toes. Point your toes and give me a stretchy band. Yes, stretch, stretch, stretch. And then exhale and relax it all. Make your way. Perhaps bring your knees towards your chest. Give it a little hug. Place your hands behind your knees and maybe a little rock to come up to seated. Again, remember that you can stay on your Shavasana for as much and as long as you fancy or as you can really enjoy. But if you're seated with me, place one hand on top of each other at your heart center. And I would like you to bring yourself back into this idea of being patient. Remembering that growth takes time. It's not something that happens overnight. It has its ups and downs, and some days it feels better than others, it feels smoother than others. But every moment is a moment of growth, however this happens. So be proud of yourself for stepping into your mat, and whatever it is that you did, however it is that you did it, congratulations, you did awesome. And we're gonna finish this class with a big releasing breath all together. Inhale through your nose and sigh it all out. Palms together. Amazing team, well done. Thank you so much for taking this class. I am super happy that you managed to do this. Again, remember, it was a very intense one, so whatever you did, however you did, congratulations, you did awesome. If you found any value on this video and you think anyone might benefit from it, please feel free to share the love. It's super important for me. And if you like it, subscribe to my channel for more weekly content and hit the notification bell to be the first one to find out when I post any videos. And I will see you on the mat very soon. Bye bye.